Hey y'all, this is Ishnai Ciarfox, and welcome to my stream. We have a busy night. Cause, I got my bard to 60. My Machinist is 56. But yeah. And maybe I might even touch the summoner stuff. And I think I got the next thing for Sage. Yeah. Okay. Let's do the Warring Triad stuff. I'm looking for somebody in the pillars. Oh, I guessed right. Right down here. Gothic music, gothic music. Well, I mean, a lot of, pipe organs. Tours. I'm just going with, as a message for you from a mysterious stranger. Ah, my lady Ishnai, during your absence, a stranger came calling. Upon learning you were away, he left a message to the effect of, sorry, if you have mind to oblige the stranger, please be careful. I cannot well explain why, but it put me ill at ease just simply be near him. This isn't probably a return to the Waking Sands. Sniffle, sniffle. Cough drop stuff. There we go. Silence may have scattered to the four winds, but I still have plenty to keep me occupied. No, Tataru. Waiting, waiting, waiting. How he knew I was waiting. My thanks for coming. Ukulele is my name. I serve a friend. I saw you out that I might alert you to a rising threat of beings known as icons. You're aware of the threat, you say? Ah, but I speak not of the primals, with which you exceedingly well acquainted. It may interest you that the term icon, which and the beings which it refers to, precede the Garlean Empire by eras. You see, it is the name by which Alligans called godlike beings, the dark divinity Odin among them, and the Garleans who seek to emulate the glory of the ancient Alliga have simply availed themselves of it. Pray permit me to continue the tale. Urianger? What form? I was to say, it's old form Urianger! Of course it is. Ah, Urianger, how kind of you to join us. As the Warrior of Light's comrade, my participation is but to be expected. After all, the matter does pertain to a very fate of the star. Again. The icons of Eld. In distant past, these beings did offer fierce resistance to the Allagan Empire. However, they eventually fell to the men of Allag, who devised the means by which to capture them. And it did not end with capture, as you well know, for the Allagans also learned how to harness the icon's power. They refined this knowledge to the Aether Chemical Research Facility in the Castle in the Clouds. Within the centrifugal crystal engine, they sealed 3 of the beings, the Warring Triad. 'Twas the first and foremost to acquire the infinite power of the Warring Triad that the Archbishop did seek out. Blah blah blah. But in the wake of his defeat, the bindings which confined the icons were severely damaged. No doubt, doubt not, but they will fail completely ere long. Know that we do not condemn you for striking down the Archbishop. You're simply fulfilling your destiny. Yay? And yet, were the Warring Triad to be released into the world, unimaginable destruction would ensue. Take heart, for there is still hope. I know, right? I'm here. Through swift action, we may prevent their awakening and see them resealed. Or I could destroy them altogether. How does that sound? But in dealing with the new threat, our step must be contend with the old. 2 savage gods are returned, I fear. 7 once more by their worshippers, and the strength far surpasses their Really? Arcade. Primals. Rana and Bismarck. Hi, everybody. It's going well. I have a bit of a cough, so I have a cough drop right now. But other than that, fine. If left unchecked, they will eventually seek to seize the power of the Warring Triads. They'll serve to feed the confluence of chaos and hasten the icon's awakening. Ever played this or any other Final Fantasy? To wit, we need to vanquish both their kinds. I pray thee, however, first to focus thy gaze on the primals. I mean, it's a slow-paced game. You don't have to rush it. It's supposed to be relaxing. Slacking off is fine. Now return our attention to those icons in their fitful slumber. Shall return to the waking sands. Oh, really? Forthwith and consider such measures that are available to us. I repeat. One of those things I realize, especially with my hyperfocus sometimes, is sometimes it's best to take a break from things. You'll get the want to come back after a certain amount of time. Meanwhile, I bid thee to the task of eliminating the primals. Ukulele, I know that's not his name, but I'm making fun of it. Rest assured he's not our enemy for the time being, at least. For the time being, at least. The Diabolical Bismarck. If we are to prevent the awakening of the warring Triad, the Bismarck must be cast down once more. Oh. Did you have the unfortunate thing of not following the main quest and going off and doing side quests the entire time? If we are to prevent the awakening of Bismarck, first we cast down once more. I am aware of rather unorganized method you played to lure out and slay the White Whale before. I had in mind to follow established precedents. That said, islands are not easy to come by. I should hope it's not necessary, but may as well show this gemstone to Chief Sunu. I can understand that. Well, they've stopped, they've made a lot of the, parts of it to be played single player. Where you have duties that have NPCs that run with you. But yeah, I can understand MMOs also not being your thing too. You will know it as the Weaving Eye of Manukamana. It will ensure he has complete committed to our cause. Oh, and before you ask, I've already informed Master Garleon of our plans. He's currently en route to the Blue Window. Let me go ahead and grab everything from him. Thok around the clock. As you prepare yourself for battle, so does Ravana. With the Thok, Thok
friend.
Ha! Woofy woof. Feeding upon the prayers of his innumerable children, but those same children will not suffer you to live should you surrender yourselves to them a second time. Nay, you may devise a new way of approaching the Lord of Hive's domain. Consult with the storyteller, the Elder of the Vath, and he will aid you in this endeavor. How was work today? No, wait. You work tomorrow. Today was Sunday. Good luck with work tomorrow! Take this babble. 'Tis known among the Nath as the, Burning Eye of Ravana. When the time comes, you'll know what to do. Ukulele! The time has come, Warrior Light. We must move against the Warring Triad, now, or suffer consequences. Plenty of playtime. Nice! The seal are cracked and the icons stir. Should they be allowed to awaken and resume their titanic conflict, it'll be alike to the coming of the second calamity. You, Ishnai, represent our best hope of eliminating this threat. I'm your only goddamn hope. That said, the very act of entering the containment facility presents certain unique challenges. So unique, in fact, that I struggle to locate an individual with the prerequisite talents to surmount them. Were it not for the impressively diverse connections your fellow scions, I would have continued searching. However, they were able to furnish me with a suitable candidate. Now, along with you and your Echo-blessed companions, all the pieces we need to proceed with this deadly game are in a raid upon the board. Victory hinges upon no less than the total destruction of the Warring Triad. I thought we were resealing them. But we also must also wear the interference of those who covet the Allegan's primal harvesting technology. I speak, of course, of the blindly grasping hand of the Garlean Empire and its fumbling agents. The ignorant meddling of the Empire will serve only to hasten the Icon's awakening, It is my master's desire that the Triad be dispatched before Imperial forces delve too deeply. Being the nearest to wakefulness, the icon Sephiroth shall be your first adversary. Make your preparation and join me on flagship Flying Fortress. We'll speak further there. We'll go ahead and do the other primals and then work to the Orange Triads. Off Sunday and Monday. Nice! I was gonna say, especially since next week is Thanksgiving. Sorry, I twitch. More family gatherings I have no energy to have. Right, I'm going to... Sell it! We'll fix it! Why am I running when I can ride? I don't know. The Tremolane returns, and with the wipe, so too comes the great Netherling warrior. Lead to be one of the eyes, great beast of the Bennu legend. Like double rainbows in the mist, Sunu knows not what to make of this. And in the eye in the hand of a Netherling. Storm clouds of the Venu are no match for the eye's might. Smash it against the aetherite in the whale's crown and you'll be vulnerable once more. Bind it with chains of steel and drive him from the cloud sea. Return zephyr winds and sunlight to our lands. So, destroy it? All the way down there. All the way back down there. All the way! Could Sid not be closer? No, not to complain or anything, but I am also to complain. Alright, Wolf, hope you sleep well, hun. I appreciate, hun. There you are, Ishnai. Enterprise Excelsior is ready to deploy whenever you are. Say again, Chief Sunu wants you to smash some Gensto against the Aetherite to dispel a barrier of storm clouds? I, don't even know where to begin. Bah, hell's with it. Maybe it'll bring us good luck. I'll rendezvous with you there. Do I have to go back up? God damn it. Hey, I heard you want to go over the river and through the woods. And it literally will be over the river and through the woods at this. Some, well, on the way. Some part of me is wondering if I want to go ahead and jump into an alliance raid to get XP for my scholar. Go ahead and do that. No. Oh, it's up there. Up there. Okay. Yzulp. Smashy, smashy. Summon. Summon my fairy companion that is not Tinkerbell. See? Her name is Os. Eos. I wonder what torturous one's gonna be for this one. Oh, I need this at least. No. I guess we have a new person. Charging 5 gil per heal. Nothing like a snarky stream. I mean, group. Get this set up. The tank didn't turn on tank stance. I have a feeling we are being stuck with people or up for trolling. is going well. Everything's going well, especially since we aren't questioning whether somebody knows how to tank or not. The tank ain't starting off its tank stance! I hate everything about this. This is just... Welcome. Welcome to a group that, obviously doesn't want to... Well, at least a tank. I'm not saying our tank, I'm saying one of the tanks, because our tank took over when everybody else seems to be. Running, running, running. It's kind of interesting that when I run this, I'm always getting either A or B alliance, but not C. It's rare for me to get C. Waiting, 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 waiting. Yeah. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. By the way, I'm kind of excited. I'm not gonna stream it, but Maxor's at least Patreon version of the newest Elden Ring one. Back to being normal. Oh no. Oh wow, C's actually getting involved with this. Yeah, fuck. Thought I hit yes while I rearranged myself on here. Ba-ba-ba-bam. Running, running, running. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Man. Bobby go bum bum. I have video proof I was behind it. Oi, oi, oi. Front to back. Running, running, running. We just aren't doing the amount of damage we need to be doing. That's a new red mage. I think the outfit the red mage is wearing. Alright, Wondrous Judy done. Switching over to my red mage. Break. Atoning. Aton. Pause. You smash the gemstone against the aetheryte. Not much happens. Out of habit, you attune with the aetheryte. And once more, nothing much happens. It looks like something happened. Yeah, I can probably... Since I'll be doing extreme version of that. Fine. Fine game. Not gonna argue with that. Not arguing. Non argumento. Or zero. Nada. Alright. No. Wrong one. Wrong. Face me now. The night in the past behind us. Look at me go! Look at me go! Rawr. Sicilian rage. When am I supposed to use this? Can I use the generator? And the answer is no. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. I believe in you. What does that look like? Ooh. Go back to the chieftain. Go back to the chieftain! Proceeds to get lost. As storm clouds give way to sunlight, so hope returns to the Zendu, clarity of vision to Sundu. Yeah, of course, Boko. Why not, Boko? How you doing, Mada? Shion? Is it Shion? Madas. Shion? Seems the Needling who she truly is. Needling is foretold. Once long ago, in the midst of a great battle with a tribe from the Nethers, a horrid wicked demon comes to feast on the bodies of the fallen. Manu Kamani. We named him Manu Makani. We decried him. For generation, he hunts the Vanu, but this day we say no more. Greatest of our heroes climbs atop the beast's back, and with the blades black as midnight, she rips his eyes from his head and casts them into the cloud sea. In honor of great need, eyes return to the Vanu. Look for their bearer for salvation, so she declares. And so it has come to pass. Now the Netherling's deeds we will remember evermore. Woo! I also should probably unlock tribe quests eventually with them. Bit lazy on that. Oh yeah, work. Ew, no fun. Mondays suck. We are now going to next shrine. But yeah, I always name my Chocobo Boko. Like, in Final Fantasy 15, I named my Chocobo Boko. Mainly so I could say go-go as a joke sometimes. And then nobody else really gets the joke on that. Who hasn't played those games. Final Fantasy IX happens to be my favorite, but I can see why you would like Final Fantasy V too. It's pretty good. Ah, our hunter friend, welcome. You come hunting gods once more? The non-mind is glad of your thirst for divine blood. Thirst blood. Even more rapturous as the one mind grows, they seek offerings to glutton our deity's insatiable appetite. Another path to our god's domain? Yes, yes, but there has but one way. You must seek out the Genai Hive on the far side of the colony and attune your spirit to the aetherite ensconced within. But the deed is not possible. We hear that the crystal is warded by ancient ritual magics. The One Mind has woven the seal such that only the most worthy warriors shall be granted leave to enter Thok. And they do not share with the non-mind what they consider worthy. All the way back down there. Well, I'm gonna be even more lazy. Teleport back here. Actually, probably going to Tailfeather would have been quicker. Oh well, you win some, you lose some. Set minus 30% losing. Oh well. Be a good sport about it, pretty much. And this is the one I need. Extreme. Alright, let's murder gods! Continuously, like we always do, because this is a Final Fantasy game. If we aren't murdering gods, we're murdering sorceresses who want to become gods. After a pause, you smash the gemstone against the aetherite. Not much has happened. Out of habit, you attune... Or we fight against death, now that I think about it. It's not God, it's actual literal death. Out of habit, you attune with the aetherite, and once more, nothing more happens. To some of the best music for the primals. So I don't have to worry about other people, you know, wasting other people's time with the cutscene. Might as well watch it now. Slice and dice, slice and dice, slice and dice!
dance to the song of ringing steel. Furious as a blaze. Thou hast bested me. Thus does the sacred rite of combat proclaim the victor. I lay my blades at thy feet, child of man.
I was say I'm no child, but okay. Yeah, get wrecked. Absolutely. Alright. How does that look? I'm not sure if it'll fit my warrior. Though my warrior's not high enough level to... use it. What's that? Crafting material. Okay. Alright. Now we need to teleport back because I am lazy. I is lazy. Flying, flying. Once more have you slain our ravening god. Your tribe must think you a great hunter indeed. I know, I saved the world and the universe. Even the one mind has begun to appreciate the folly of their wasteful summonings. But tell us, great hunter, how were you able to pass the seal? Did it simply melt away at the approach of your indomitable presence? Yes. A gemstone of fire and earth? There's something, a memory we have from the Overmind before we were cast out. A memory of the burning eye of Ravana. The Overmind has recollections of legends of 100 generations old. Remember the tale of our god as he once was, an all-devouring beast whose eyes was torn from him by an invading tribe. The Nath have been sought to recover this relic for centuries that it might be rejoined with Ravana, reborn. But even were it found, it's said that only the most worthy of warriors can bear its searing touch. Now I understand why the seal granted you passage. But tell us, great hunter, how came you by the eye? Well, there's a boy who wears a mask who showed up and said he needed my help, and I trusted him. A youngling named Ukulele. Yeah, I know that's not his name, but that's how I'm naming him. Your deed has returned so many memories to the surface of our mind, but the name is not among us. To gift you with such prize, too, he must have thought you worthy. We thank you, great hunter. Too soon do our memories from the Overmind fade, but you've given us a new story to tell. Pray, return to the Rising Stones. I mean... Waking Sands. Same thing. At least one of them has a fucking teleport. No, Cat. That's not yours. Thank you for the follow. Do you mind if I just say shorten it to Shion? If that's the correct way you want it to be said. Okay. Because I'm guessing Shion from Kingdom Hearts. By the way, the only Kingdom Hearts reference I have found in this game, and this is, I'm using it as a glamour, but you can get this at the, this weapon at the golden saucer. Medax. Okay. And this weapon is called Heartless. But that's the only one I've seen. It's not that much money, if I remember correctly. But yeah, that's the only Kingdom Hearts reference I've found in this. You didn't say a word. The etheric readings left no doubt. The Lord of the Mists is no more. For the time being, at least. After all, such beings have a rather troublesome tendency to return. Let us turn our attention to the Lord of the Hive, whose quiet meditation awaits your coming. I mean, I already got him at the same time. By the way, what's your poison? What's your favorite class or classes? All that jazz. And thus the Lord of the Hive's essence returned to the land. And thus the essence of Ravana joined that of the Lord of the Mists in its return to the land. Yeah, my gratitude, Warrior of Light. With all your valiant efforts, these primal terrors would have invited devastation of a cataclysmic scale. For unlike others of their ilk, Bismarck and Ravana both harbored the desire and the power to reach Flying Fortress. With this dreadful certainty that I sense their intent to feed on the strength of the warring Triad, and thereby amplify their own power by an order of magnitude. By what wisdom do I claim such certainty? I am gifted with, how shall I put this, an infinite knowledge of the primal mind. So you have an echo of a primal mind. Cool. Ha! I made the reference, but then he brought it up myself. You're curious, I am sure, but you need not understand the nature of the power to use it, do you? It's much the same with the echo, I imagine. The realm of Eorzea. Ever has it been a land embraced by the gods? For well or woe, I should wonder. For the time being, shall remain here at the Rising Stones and assist Urianger with his research into the icons. Should you require aught further from me, simply ask. Complete. The war still wages on. Well, since I finished Shadowbringers, it shouldn't. Alright, now we're going to Flying Castle. All the way over there. Also, I think getting this done means that I can talk to, the lady in Shadowbringers again for another quest. To talk more about her and whatever world she's from. She was a part of the group from the Warriors of Darkness. The traitor among them. Up, 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 up. Yawn. Hi, little one. You have a weapon. This is the place, Warrior of Light. Here we find the I have not looked up these fights, by the way. Here we find the containment facility within. The entity is incalculable. Yeah, what I'm doing right now is I'm not really going into... I might eventually break and go into Dawn Trail, but for the most part I'm going back through and doing old quests from the other... everything before Dawn Trail. You know? Bookend it. Since Dawn Trail is like a new book. Kinda. Where this is the tale of the Ascians and all this other stuff in Hydaelyn. The next is the new chapter. Well, a new book. So, might as well finish all the side stuff for it. Well, as long as my patience lasts. And my curiosity doesn't go, I want to know more of the story again. This is the place, Warrior of Light. Here we find the containment facility, wherein entities of incalculable power lie chained, their fathomless energies siphoned away by elegant devices. As I warned you, Sephiroth poses the most immediate threat. His dreaming mind drifts perilously close to consciousness. Thus must his destruction be our first concern. Your fellow Scions will join us anon, accompanied by the uniquely talented individual of whom I spoke. From what I gather, the two of you are already well acquainted. Now let's continue inside. Wait before the door to containment facility. Are we talking about what's his name with the paint on his face? Oh no! It's Kryl! Except I call her Kiri. You've not been waiting long, I trust. You're here eager to learn whatever cooperation we may to your mission, Ishnai. It is an honor to meet you at last. As I know only one of the other Mikote Scions, you must be Archon Ishtola, meaning your diminutive companion is Mistress Kiri of the Students of Baelsun, correct? Diminutive? Perhaps there's been some mistake. I assumed it was for my knowledge, not my stature, you requested my assistance. Snark? Ahem, mine is the mistake. My apologies if I've given offense. Mayhap it would be best if we proceed directly on the matter of our objectives. Your adversary is the icon Sephiroth of the Warring Triad, otherwise known by the historians as the Fiend. He once the patron deity of a tribe of tree-like beings native to Mercia, but was subdued by the Allegan Empire after a lengthy war of attrition. After his defeat, he was imprisoned for the use as a source of power. Even now, Sephiroth is neither truly living nor neither truly living nor dead. So he's Cthulhu. His mind bound to a dream while his body energies are harnessed by the elegant technologies. Like I said, he's fucking Cthulhu. Except being used as a battery Cthulhu. The explanation for his failure to dissipate into the aether lies in his restraints. These ingenious devices serve not only to bind him, but to continuously regenerate his corporal form. I mean, we found that out with Bahamut. They've done it before. Yep, Sephiroth, a sleepy boy. Meaning it will all but be impossible to banish him while said restraints are in place, yes? Remove them, however, and we risk allowing an unfathomably powerful and doubtless vengeful icon to run rampant. It seems we have no choice but to divide our forces. Let's split up, gang! One team must locate the controls of Sephiroth's shackles and disable him, while the other stands ready to destroy him the moment of his awakening. Do I have to actually have somebody else with me? Let me check the wiki. Containment Bay soloed, question mark. You can now solo with a level 90 paladin. Fun! Can only... Well, it does say my white mage is not high enough. I can't do this then. Damn it. Most succinct assessment, Mistress Keely. While I wait the echo to provide you with uncanny insight, I did not expect you to intuit the core of my strategy so quite quickly. Well, I'll try with my white mage, but my white mage is only in the 80s. I merely took it upon myself to learn much about the Triad's imprisonment as I could before coming here. It would be Ishnai and I, after all, who will enter the Icon's den. Indeed, given the nature of our adversary, none save those under the aegis of the Echo should be permitted to enter the containment facility. The risk of primal influence is too great. Well, that's that settled then. I'll disable the restraints, and Ishnai and her gifted adventurer or friends will welcome Sephiroth back into the waking world. Why would we want Cthulhu back? Better than the other way around, I'd say, considering our respective field of expertise, and of course my diminutive stature. Right, it's time I had a little chat with our doorkeeper over there. Activating verification system. Lifting access restrictions to Triad control. I had no idea that the Balesun curriculum was so comprehensive. When we locate the controls of Sephiroth's restraints, I shall gladly leave their operation to you. When we locate the controls, mayhap my words were unclear. Only those blessed with the echoes may safely enter the facility. Your concern for my sanity... Your concern for my sanity is touching but unnecessary. Suffice to say, I am no danger of falling under the Icon's sway. Warning. Verification systems detect multiple unauthorized vessels entering restricted airspace. Security systems engage intruders. The Garleans. Come, Oriange, we must keep the Imperials occupied. We should too be on our way. Gods, I would be lying if I said I wasn't slightly terrified. But I can't very well leave every deadly task to you, Scions. According to the histories, Sephiroth was midst in both size and strength, mighty enough to rout even the implacable armies of the Alligans that there were more than once. Cut a long story short, we have to get this right. Shall do my best not to wake the Icon up too much. As my grandfather always used to say about certain little monsters, Get them up and get them moving while their brains are still abed. Is this normal or not extreme version? It's normal version, I'll try. Yeah, it's a normal version, it's not extreme, so. I mean, I could try my astrologian after this if I fail, because she has a shield. And she's... I'm a healer at heart. And my favorite class is astrologian healer. My other favorite classes are, of course, red mage and dragoon.
Disabling Sephiroth's restraints now. Good luck.
I'm not quite sure luck has nothing to do with that. You know, you aren't as pretty as I thought you'd be. Also, ew! Okay. Bitch is running. The fuck? He's gonna get bigger, isn't he? He's gonna get bigger! I am the beginning and I'm the end of the beginning. By your touch shall your wretched lives be blessed. I don't want to be touched by you, please. This music! Also, I'm getting... I know, right? Like, can you go any harder? Because damn! He fell over. Casually strolling out here. Didn't solo him. Nah, never. Thank you for the subscription, Medox. Dax. Medax. You did it! I've seen you in action before, but never against something that big. My legs keep telling me to run, but I couldn't tear myself away. I don't think I blinked once during the whole battle. But thank you for the prime! Medax. A hero tried and true. If only I possessed such strength. Yashola, this is Kiri. Icon eliminated. Oh, if only you could see it! Ishnai gave Sephiroth the mother of all rude awakenings. I mean, it's something. And your distraction was perfect. We encountered not a single Imperial soldier. Yes, understood. Let's swap tales of the Rising Stones then. She's busy. On our path to the controls chamber, we discovered a number of dormant thralls. It would seem the machines that preserve their forms also hold them in a state of torpor. We need not fear them summoning their deity anew. In short, our work here is done, for the present at least. Let's go home and shall we? Do we have to? I mean, we could just stay here. I don't have to run. That means I don't have to run back and forth, back and forth, back and fucking forth. I'm being watched. Y'shtola, you missed one! Regus Van Hydrus. Your senses are sharp, young one. Call out? I am... good that you're naming him for him. Regular. I'm just... Regula. You're Regula. Van Hydrus Legionus of the... 6th Legion? It would seem that that damnable woman and her accomplice have led me a merry dance through the thickest of the this infernal land's defenses. To think that I pursued them. I shall withdraw for now, my lesson learned. I doubt it. You Garleans never learn. You covet the meaning of the means to enslave primals, but your headlong dash into control that which you do not understand. You show less wisdom than the very beast tribes that summon them. I have no interest in crossing blades with children. Live, grow strong, and mayhap one day you'll warrant my attention. I bet this child may be older than you. I have a feeling. I'm not sure. You know, you'd think as a cat person that I'd have hearing and just as good as him. I look back and you weren't there. Did something happen? Not of consequence. I mistook a shadow for a man. That is an insult. Just what are you hiding beneath that mask of yours? A longing for hope, an appetite for power, a lingering sense of regret. I do detect a desire to test your strength against a certain hero. Is that what your gifts tell you? No. Those were just wild guesses. But I wonder if some few of my words didn't strike close to the mark. Or mayhap more than a few. Be at ease, ukulele. I have no supernatural ability to read minds. The echo simply allows me to comprehend, regardless of language, that which a fellow would have me know. You do not mask your heart as you do your continents. That was a performance then? A ruse to uncover my true nature? I see I shall have to keep my wits about me. Ba 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 Yay! Return to the Rising Stone. Like I said, thank goodness that we don't have to worry about. Alright, ukulele, what else do you want to talk to me about? So, Warrior of Light, how does it feel to strike down so great a foe? I literally saved the universe. That was child's play. You must tell me more of the experience once your meeting with your colleagues is concluded. Through thy all-surpassing skills at arms, do we now take our first step in ridding the star of the warring Triad's baleful presence. And in such wise do we lessen the burden bequeathed unto us by the vainglory of Alec. Know, however, that the two icons which remain are thought equal in might to Sephiroth, and may yet exceed him. Okay. Say, yeah, sure, that sounds like a dangerous thing. Ere thou proceed, I would counsel thee to marshal thy strength, and give careful thought to thy preparation. Yes, careful thought. Assuming the Guardians afford us the luxury of time, even now they grasp for the means to dominate the primals. Bind them to the technology's potential for calamity. My master taught me that the entity known as Sephiroth is this world's first sacred tree. Elevated to godhood by the belief of its worshippers, there is no power more fearsome than that born of unconditional faith and unbending ideal. 'Tis plain your master found in you a willing student. Tell me, was it he who taught you of Allergan's technology for potential for calamity, or are those your own words? 'Twas but a figure of speech, nothing more. When last we met, I thought I caught a glimpse of a boy behind the mask. But it would seem your defenses are firmly back in place. Must you persist with this infuriating veil of secrecy? I, for one, would very much like to know who this master of yours is, amongst other things. As long as our purposes align, why does what matter my affiliation? Because we're nosy little bitches. Including me. It matters a great deal. I do not ask out of curiosity. If we are to fight as comrades, we need to be able to trust each other. On which note, I should apologize for my earlier trickery. It was merely an attempt to get a hold of an enigmatic companion. Truth be told, I was rather glad you reacted as you did. No person of your age has any business being calm and aloof all the time. Much as you wish to be. Anyway, we had best be off. Do send word for if there's any other further developments. I'm guessing there was a patch between all of them being released. A companion? Now am I? Don't go Grahatia on us, please. Actually do. Grahatia is adorable. Fiendish likeness. Oh, I guess this is unlocking the extreme version. I would have something of you, Warrior of Light. During your expedition to banish Sephiroth, I came across a certain relic. I believe it would be best to put use in your hands. It's an elegant device of the kind used to store information. In the case, the record of the furious conflict that took place on the shores of Marisia between the Icon Sephiroth and the forces of Alaga. Should you present this tombstone to the verification node outside the trial control, the node system will analyze various aspects of the conflict and create for you a false icon which you can train. Consider it a sort of mock battle that presumes a Sephiroth who would have broken free of his shackles. If I understand its workings correctly, the node should also be capable of manifesting a far stronger incarnation of the icon. This would mimic the catastrophic consequences were Sephiroth ever to absorb an additional source of energy. Say by defeating another member of the Warring Triad. A compelling challenge for a worthy warrior of your ability, yes? You need not possess Mistress Kiri's knowledge of Alagan technology to begin this particular battle. Simply present the tombstone to the node of the flagship, then follow the orb's instructions. I hope the experience brings you valuable insight, Warrior of Light. 1 second, y'all. Medax? One of the things as a warning when you're jumping between AR and Heaven's Ward is the voices change. They got a new voice studio. So, but it's the one they've used ever since. So, if you've gotten used to the voices, they won't be that way anymore. I am troubled, Warrior of Light. The 6th Legion will not soon surrender its pursuit of Alagan technology. While it is true the 6th suffered heavy losses in an attempt to breach Flying Fortress's defenses, the Legion is still very much a force to be reckoned with. Left to his own devices, yes, even Y'shtola. Everybody's voices are replaced. Don't mind you, I like the new Y'shtola's voice just as much. Both bring a uniqueness to the character that I like. So it's not too bad a change. I actually prefer the new voice of Alphino and Alize. It fits the character more. The characters more. The Legion is still very much a force to be reckoned with. Left to his own devices, the only one that I have that's kind of a hit and miss on whether I like or not is the Admiral's voice. But we don't hear the Admiral's voice very much, so it's not... Yeah, he's supposed to be 16, like... That feels like a 20-year-old's voice or something. He's supposed to be 15 or 16 in the ARR content. It just... The goddess moves to hum, I guess. Pray, excuse the interruption, but a call on this link pearl can only come from one of your fair fellow scions. Archon Y'shtola, what news? Are you quite certain they've broken through? Yes, of course. We shall leave immediately. You see? The thing I feared the most has come to pass. The Guardians have succeeded in dispelling the barrier Uriange placed upon the entrance to the research facility. We must intercept and destroy them before they acquire the means to control the primal entities. Archon Y'shtola requests that we assemble in the scene of the intrusion. Pray depart at once. I will join you when I have informed the other scions of this development. Fate of the Stars, let's go. Bum 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 bum. But overall, I think it's just an improvement. When it comes to the characters. That, and I can't always, like, every time I heard Urianger's voice in, ARR, I kept thinking of Balthazar, because it's the same voice actor, or Fenrir from, Dragon Age, 2, so I couldn't quite disconnect the two. It just was not happening. Not Fenrir, Fenris. Excuse me. Real quickly unlock the other one. Activating verification systems. Combat simulation required. Acknowledge. Awaiting tombstone data. Data process. Adversary warning Triad Sephiroth. Defining simulation parameters. Warning. Threat letter extreme. The Empire assumes no responsibility for death or injury, resulting from participation in combat simulations. Excuse me. Activating reality augmentation. Initiating combat simulation. The Empire thanks you for volunteering to participate in this study. Postmortem data will be used to improve the survival rates of subsequent participants. Your sacrifice is appreciated. No, good thing the Empire really doesn't exist anymore, so you don't have to worry about that kind of shit. Back up and around. I know, right? I see we are the first to arrive. No matter, your colleagues should be here anon. They are wise indeed to keep this area under surveillance. If the Garleans slip by unnoticed, I dare not think of the consequences. Archon Y'shtola set forth for Flying Fortress when it became apparent that the goddess had attempted to breach the barrier, and had arrived to find that he had succeeded. We must hope that he has yet to find his prize. Kitty's wave is adorable. Well met, Ukulele, and thank you for answering my summons so quickly, Ishnai. We shall all be glad of your presence should we meet with the 6th Legion, as seems all but certain. Yeah, I've murdered quite a few Garlean legatus's before the end of this, so sure. And some of them took themselves out by themselves. So, as you may be aware, this facility houses some of the Allagan's most advanced technology. Accordingly, Urianger sought to deny the Empire's easily ingress by waving a ward of singular potency. Not singular enough, it would seem. I would be surprised if the Legatus had not reached the core laboratories already. 'Tis passing strange. I wove the ward in accordance with the most closely guarded teachings of the archmages of Stralion. Naught was left to chance. Naught. 'Tis well known that the children of Garlemald have no talent for arcane manipulation, nor hath the Empire more than a cursory knowledge of sorcery. That they should succeed in unraveling so complex a stringed magecraft, and with such surpassing swiftness, 'tis passing strange. Maybe they have an Asian friend. That it is, Urianshe, but it is a mystery of for another day. By the way, sometimes I really don't know. I just make suppositions on what is going on, so. Archon Y'shtola has the right of it. Before all else, we must move to safeguard the knowledge which enables the Allegans to harvest the primal energies. Of particular concern is the Genesis expression. I'm hearkening back to, what is that, prequel for Final Fantasy VII? With Genesis? An aether chemical formula that allows the scholars of yore to create substance for a crisis core. I know of no such formula. Which you came by this information from your enigmatic master, perchance. He did furnish me with that morsel, yes. And knowing exactly which prize the Legatus now seeks enables us to predict his position. Do you not see? We have been gifted the perfect opportunity to remove the head of an entire legion. I've done that multiple times before. I didn't think you quite so bloodthirsty, Ukulele. Surely the safeguarding secrets should be president over Legatuses. Yeah, Y'shtola. Kiri's sentiments reflect my own, yet the two objectives need not be mutually exclusive. What do you say, Urianshe? Urianshe! Ah, forgive me. My thoughts were bound up in idle imaginings. In answer to that question, milady, I am content to be led by thee in this matter. Oh? See, the running joke, though, in my chat is having a harem, and it's pretty much Y'shtola, Urianshe, and a bunch of other people. Thancred, Grahatia. The twins are too young. I refuse. Right, I have enabled the facility's teleporters, shall we? A few other characters I'm not naming because you haven't probably reached, therefore you do not know them. Though Grahatia you might have already met because he is an AR, at least for the Alliance raid. You dwell on the matter of the barrier. I do. Verily, 'twas a warding spell of the labyrinthian intricacy, the brainchild of the head of the students of Belson himself. Even the most learned Archon would require several moons to disentangle such an enchantment. To do so in mere bells would require some preternatural power akin to the very echo itself. Edda is not my interest, by the way. Her character, nope. Oh, it's an actual... Oh! Cool. Pursued the Legatus. Radabon is one of them. I'm trying to think of all the harem right now while I should be paying attention. The Legatum himself. I've already killed enough of those. God, I wish I could jump like that, you know, even though, like, I am a dragoon, but no, won't let me jump like that. I shall contend with my this foe. Press onward, friend. Okay. Bye, Ryoshe! I'm bi if you couldn't tell. Like both. Van Hydrus.
In the name of the Emperor!
I'm saving Kirli from being felt up by that hand, yes. Mrs. Kirli. Go, I will stand guard over Mistress Kirli. You must keep the Legatus from the Prime. We'll leave her in your care then. You best keep her safe, Ukulele. Ah, this looks familiar. Wonder why. This one looks to be a handful. I mean... relatively, I guess. Oh, why I'm not doing it as fast is because it set me up to be level 60 on this. I thought that I was fine. Why they aren't dying as fast. The central laboratory should be up ahead. Let us hurry on, shall we? Yeah, I know, right? Because I still have it set up after the Legatus. Set so that it was unsynced. And still they come. You're still being a badass. You're still being a badass. Press on, Ishnai. I will handle this. This place looks familiar. I wonder why. I have exposed the bones of their work. Now to extract the marrow. I believe in the heart of cards. Even in the moment of my triumph, you persist with your misguided crusade. So be it. I shall present my prize to the Emperor alongside your head. Sure, buddy old pal. You a bitch. As in, I'm about to, like, wipe you across the floor. If I had to play by the rules of this ability, I'm gonna...
Savages.
Yeah, I know. Do you know how many gods I've killed just in this game alone? The answer is all of them. Every single one of them.
Savages.
Can you withstand this?
Yes, yes I can.
There is nowhere to run!
I mean, I really wasn't trying.
Can you withstand this? Can you withstand this?
Bitch, this is like a light jog kind of spar. Oh, you're about to do an ultimate. Oh no, you're summoning bitches. Cool.
Enough!
So, I think you ran out of stamina, sir. So you definitely didn't run out of health. Ishnai! I have him kneeling before me. The tall lith is unbreached, then. I mean, it's touched. It's glowing. Stop him. Stop him. Stop him. Kitty! So, why am I not getting in front of him, too? My wounds will not slow my blade should you seek to bar my path. Yeah, then hit him harder again! And you would slay me, no doubt, but it would be your final act. Hello, precious. How are you? Ready to die? We have you surrounded. What madness afflicts you, Eorzean fools? The Emperor desires a means to shackle the icons and their destructive appetites. Why do you rail against your own salvation? It is not for man to wield such a power. The primal energy your Emperor seeks is to contain would be as kindly waiting for the spark. Forget not the white raven, Legatus. Like he presumed to wield the power of Alec, and invited calamity in doing so. That's from, you know, the White Raven is from before even born. It was the original. The star's fate is too important to be decided by any one man. A warmongering savage, least of all. Have care, boy. You speak of my emperor. I mean, he gets his comeuppance. No, not cousin of the three-eyed raven. But dying here in defense of his honor will not further his cause. Oh, he's smart. Teleporting to be a dick cliche? Oh no, stunt. Ah. Well, it appears I appear not to be dead. Ow! Cutie! You know I'm a healer. I may have a cracked rib wince or two, but I'll be fine, honestly. There's a healer standing over here. Hi! Hi! How you doing? Healer! Hi! Our folks give no quarter. Had Irionche stinted his defense of thee, thou may ascertain thy hurts would be far worse. Healer! Hi! 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 could do no less. Mr. Skeely is here at my behest, after all. The secrets of Alga are safe for the present, though. It is doubtful the Legatus will return to Garlemald till the prize he coveteth lieth in his grasp. Yeah, Medica too, she'll be fine. Aspect... Aspected benefit will be fine. Then we must redouble our efforts to protect this place. Kiri and I will place additional seals upon the tumulith. Ukulele! I appreciate you staying by my side. Thank you. Can't take a can't take a compliment, or 'twas not. Oh please, it was a good deal more than that, and you know it. Now let me help you. When a woman thanks you for saving her life, the customary response is, "You're welcome." See, this is... By the way, this is where Alfredo learned how to properly talk to women. You're welcome. Kitty is a force to be reckoned with. And by the way, it is Kryl. I just call her Kitty. Ah, Urionge, are the new words already in place? Yeah, I'm kind of worried whether it's spoiling you or not. My colleagues yet toil upon their enchantments. I come onto thee in secret, that I might question thee outside their hearing. Question me? Come tomorrow. Okay, that's good. I would speak of the one who undid my subtlest magecraft. He who invited an imperial goddess into the facility, and helps in engineering the man's demise at the hands of the Warrior of Light. You accuse me of masterminding this day's event? The plan may have been thine master's, but the deed was thine. Did thou lureth the goddess of the 6th Legion into a trap from which she was not intended to emerge? 'Tis plain to me that now that thy seeming opportunism in proposing his elimination was feigned, and that his death was the object of thy plan from the first. And you have proof of this? Thine own words betray thee. Thou speaketh of the Empire's desire to claim the Genesis expression, the existence of which even the learned Mistress Kiri was ignorant. Whence did the Legatus come by such definitive knowledge? And then there was the matter of mine unraveled ward. None save one possessed of an otherworldly gift could have so swiftly effected its dissolution. Know thee of another blessed with such? Assuming these these accusations have merit, what then? Full many times and oft though doth in the pursuit of truth lead man down a darkened path. I take no issue with thy purpose. 'Tis but by thy method I would call into question. In the Garleon Empire, we have a common foe. Hadst thou deigned to share thine intentions with Ishnai or Mr. Skelly, 'tis like they would have closed the trap with less risk to life and more success. I sought to use the most dangerous secrets of Aliga as bait. Who among you would agree to such a reckless plan? Me! Me! I had no survival instincts. None whatsoever. None. Zero. None, and with good cause. Irrespective, thou wert remiss in thy duty to thy comrades. I note with some disappointed in that matters concerning the primals and those who would control them. The cold rationality upon which thou so pridest thyself is conspicuously by its absence. Knowing that the salvation of this star is an end too vast for any one of us to accomplish alone, shouldst thou fail to trust in thy comrades, I foresee thy actions participating in some terrible misfortune. Arianje, at this point in the game, since we are in Heaven's Ward, I feel like I should call you out for kettle pot moment. The, you know, pot calling the kettle black. My sincerest apologies, Ishnai. Irianshe is correct in his suspicions. It was I who orchestrated this encounter with the Empire. I would ask that thou forgive Ukulele for this transgression, and keep mention of it from Mistress Keely. She will wring it out of me, eventually. She's sharp like that, and I'm a stupid autistic person who doesn't do well with that kind of stuff. It would be a pity for one foolish decision to wither their budding comradants, ere it be a chance to bloom. There you are, you rotten idler. When Y'shtola realized we were struggling with the wards alone, she was absolutely livid. Never mind the warring Triad. I have awoken Archon Y'shtola's temperous wrath. In supplicant mood, I shall return at once, and there atone for mine insolence. Well, Y'shtola, if she's mad, she can step on me instead, huh? Though I'm quite sure Irianshe would be fine with her stepping on him, too. Ah, my harem. Come, Ishnai, it's time we return to the Rising Stones. Well, better than the waking goddamn sands. Alright, Boko. By the way, I do not stream on Mondays and Tuesdays. Those are my days off. And usually right now, Sundays are my Final Fantasy 14 days, so it gives me time to level up the characters so I can do their, when I get back online, do their, you know, class quests in a bulk. But that's not a hard and fast rule, because I can end up being very obsessed with things, and will sometimes stream something when I say I'm gonna stream something else, because tunnel vision, ADHD / autism is amazing. Currently Wednesdays are Phasmophobia with friends. But when we get bored of that, we might move over to, Pal World. And currently, besides Final Fantasy XIV, I was playing Dredge, but I've suddenly become obsessed with Coral Island, and so it might be Coral Island more than it is Dredge. I'll get back to Dredge. Once again, I must apologize for acting without your consent or counsel. It's a gesture of repentance and a good sign of good faith. Allow me to share something of myself with you. As Irianshe suggests, I possess a gift of the echo, though it is of a nature different from yours. Regardless, I would use my gift for the self-same purpose, the salvation of this star. And nothing poses a greater threat to the world than the proliferation of primal harnessing technology. I know only too well. What I'm about to divulge concerns the fate of another star entirely. On this other world, a magic was devised that allowed the realm's champions to use a stone called Auracite to contain the power of primals. I mean, we've used that. And Auracite is also what makes our soul stones for our classes. So armed, these heroic souls conquered god after god, oblivious to their weapons' fatal imperfection, the propensity to bleed primal energies. And with each victory, the heroes changed, transforming at last into fiends of endless appetite. Insatiable of their hunger for aether, they ultimately went to war over the star's ever-dwindling life force, and fought till there was nothing left. Thus, as Ariange so astutely observed, when I'm faced with those who rush to the brace of power unchecked, I lose all semblance of rationality. Know that my master, too, cares deeply about the fate of this star. I am his servant, his instrument, sent here to ensure that the same tragedy does not consume another world. So, we're talking about one of the mirror shards that I guess was destroyed. Ukulele has urgent news to share with the current one. Warrior of Light, if this world is to survive, I am here, we must needs move forward with our plan. Another pillar of the warring Triad must be toppled. The question of which has already been answered. Following our encounter with the Legatus, Archon Y'shtola detected erratic waveforms emanating from the sector containing the icon Sophia, known as simply as the Goddess in former times. Such readings can only mean one thing. She's close to awakening. Let us return to Floating Castle forthwith, and put an end to this primal deity, lest she rise again in all her terrible glory. So, besides White Mage, my fellow healer main, what other classes do you like? Like, one for each category kind of thing. I know I like Dark Knight, but I think that's more to the storyline of Dark Knight with the class stuff with tank. But I'm beginning to like Paladin. I haven't really played Gunbreaker, so I can't say. But now that I've got my Paladin up to 52, I'm starting to like it more and more. Dragoon is my favorite melee. And of course, Red Mage for magical range, and Bard, I'm not sure about these. Dancer's cool, Bard is cool, Machinist is cool, but I haven't quite decided out of all of them which one's my favorite, I don't think, now that I'm playing them again. Well, one of the things that I like about at least the Paladin is it has so many stuns. I love it. It's like I don't have as much of a cooldown for stuns, and it's like I can give the healer a break. Though the warrior is nice because they can heal themselves pretty well. But then again, you really don't completely understand a role until you get to the very higher levels, so we'll see. Yeah. You only really understand whether you like them or not is when you get the higher levels, but we'll see. But then again, you are an ARR content, which is... Oh! one of the ways way in the past that you would do leveling up things was doing Palace of the Dead. You can still get groups together for around Fridays and stuff easier, but running level 50 Palace of the Deads over and over again is nice for getting the other classes up to level. We appear to be the first to arrive. Shall we wait our colleagues here? I might switch back to my red mage for this. Well, you group it. You don't solo it. How could the sixth lead then have returned? Ishnai! Ukulele! You're under attack! Your stolen Yurionche has engaged the foe not far from here. By the way, if you like Y'shtola's outfit now, it just gets better and better as things go on. Demiurge? Ha! Rarely is my shield thus tested. 'Twould seem the Alligans have not been lax in their recruitment. The fuck are you? Think you so? Mayhap your arm merely withered while you lay idle. Why do I want her to step on me? Still your tongues. We have stalled them long enough. Yeah, mommy? Mommy? With the scales in hand, the goddess shall arise. The righteously cast off her cursed pale, that she, with wrathful wormkin at her side, might judge and thence be balanced unto all. Hear my words in despair, Alligans. Our goddess is awoken. Your civilization has birthed the instruments of its own undoing. I mean, yes, that already happened with the Crystal Tower. But, have you done the Crystal Tower stuff yet? That's the Alliance raid? 'Tis well you are here, Ishnai. I should like to know of what our assailants were saying. You understood their words, did you not? 'Twas a Mersanian dialect, if that mine ears are not deceived, though one which bears scathed resemblance to any spoken in recent times. I mean, it's thousands of years old, yeah. As for our antagonist's meaning, I do gladly defer to those blessed with the echo. The one with the shield seemed to think we were Alligans. He recited what sounded like a verse of prophecy, then claimed that their goddess is awoken. Is that about right, Ishnai? I'm sorry, I was looking at mommy. I mean, yes. Might we assume that this deity of theirs is the very icon we come to topple? Aye, from their tongue and their words and their attire. 'Tis like that our antagonists are Mercidian, thralls to the goddess Sophia, and victims of the Alligans' incursions. If, as Kiri claimeth, they thought us agents of Allig, it's little wonder they sought to bring us low. You suggest that Sophia's serpents have been liberated from their containment? Then we have no choice but to accept word of her awakening as truth. Gods help us. They won't. The warring Triad has proven formidable enough that when we've roused them with a fraction of their true strength. Should Sophia break free at the peak of her powers, Ishnai and her friends won't stand a chance. I solo this. Let me solo her. Let us be about it then. Ishnai, Kiri, Ukulele, the three of you will make directly for Sophia's containment facility. Urionje and I will do what we can to occupy the Ekon's thralls. Yeah, what you want me, bro? Though, mind you, there is one goddess, icon primal that you will love in Stormblood when you face off against her. If you want a mommy, if you want a real mommy. Mistress Kiri, do you perchance recall the words of the prophecy in its entirety? Let me see. I believe it was, with scales in hand, the goddess shall arise, and the righteously cast off her cursed pale, that she, with wrathful wormkin at her side, which I'm guessing is Bahamut, might judge and thence bring balance unto all. But I've already done the coils of Bahamut. Bahamut's dead. I mean, the thing with... I would like Black Mage if I didn't have to stand the fuck still. Black Mage for me is only viable if I know the fight well enough to do. By the way, this is my White Mage outfit. Oh, you know what's nice I found out? Is there's a lot of things that I thought you could not dye, but they changed in the recent patch that you can dye, like the Oracle's outfit. Anyways, let's see. I have a feeling that they said the balance is we're gonna have some scare.
Hands. Just watch out for her worshippers.
Watch out! Let them step on me, please. But anyways, since it said scales, I have a feeling that we're gonna involve some scales, and I'm not sure if we're gonna like it. Hot? I mean... Oh, who'da thunk? I was correct.
The unenlightened come. Know you the full weight of death?
Yeah, I do, actually. Thank you. The final quest on, Endwalker, I fucking know what it means. You're gonna do a strike. Okay. Bitch! Stop running!
To me, my faithful. Come forth, scales of revelation. I would know the weight of your souls.
Holy fuck. Yamate. Yamate! I was gonna say, are you gonna get rid of the whatchamacallit to fuck
Can
me?
you bring... Sin must be balanced with suffering. My revelations are lost.
Not the same voice actress as the other goddess? Might not be. Ba, 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 ba. I have cometh and I have slayedeth. I see the goddess is no more. Well done. Once Kiri and Ukulele have rejoined us, we may safely depart. One thing yet puzzles me, however. How did Sophia's serpents come to wake from their slumber? I believe we have an answer to that. We discovered the remnants of a Garlean soldier in an adjacent sector of the containment facility. 'Tis like that the fool ventured too close to Sophia during the Empire's previous incursion and was enthralled for his troubles. Another reminder, if any were needed, as their incalculable threat posed to these beings. The goddess will not even have been conscious when she claimed the man's will. Yet his mistake granted her the means to release her servants, and would have resulted in her own liberation had we not been on hand to intervene. Do I much wonder that the Icon's pawn was so capable of so efficiently manipulating the facility's containment systems? How came he by such a rarefied knowledge? That is too easy to explain. That too is easy to explain. During our investigation, Kiri discovered a subtle flaw in one of the mechanisms which held the goddess in check. A flaw which was plainly added intentionally. Upon examining the facility's records of the period, we were able to piece together the story. There was a time towards the end of the Third Astral Era where the peoples of Mercedia faced extinction at the hands of the Allegan Empire. Sophia, being their incomparable cunning, was said to have communicated certain plans to her servants through the medium of a trusted oracle. Following the oracle's instructions, they dutifully conspired with the rebel faction within Allaga, who agreed to tamper with the present intended for Sophia. And then the goddess and her thralls chanced to be captured, though we suspect it's always been their plan. Indeed, the prison was situated at the heart of Allag, and we think they intended to attack the city from within. They would merely have to wait for the rebels to exploit the weakness in their confines. But the conspirators' dealings with the Mercidias were exposed before they could enact their plot, and all were summarily executed. It seems that the flaw itself remained undiscovered, however, and might have remained so until the end of days had it not been the actions of the Archbishop and the subsequent Garleans. I cannot help but wonder what might have come to pass had their scheme been successful. Mayhap the answer lies in the prophecy. Kiri has the right of it. Its words may be deciphered as the Cursed Pale, speaking of Sophia's in prison, from which she was supposed to emerge at the agreed hour. The Wormkin, meanwhile, can be none other than the great Bahamut himself. Yeah, I figured. And then yet a prisoner whom the goddess did intend to unleash upon Allag to set right the scales of justice. A foolhardy plan. Had it come to fruition, the two of them would surely have raised the realm. Not would have been spared for the devastation, the Mercidians' homeland included. Their home already stood on the brink of oblivion. Mayhap they wished for naught else but to purge the poison of Allag with primal fire. The tale teaches us that even the greatest of man's creation may yet be brought low by a single act of treachery. Hint, hint, suggestion, suggestion, boy, boy. Uryonje. Telling you, sir. The Alligans were fools to place their trust in technological bondage. To shackle such beings is but to delay the inevitable. Not save their total destruction shall free us from their menace. Let us return now to the Rising Stones, and there consider the final step of this most needful task. The threat posed by this facility is far greater than you imagine, Uryonje, and one not limited to the icons themselves. Sophia's remaining serpents must be put down. Warning, deactivating stasis chamber support systems result in subject termination. Enter identification code to continue. Identification code accepted. Subjects terminated. Owen, is that you? And I stood there and let him. I stood there and let him. How far are you in the after ARR content, are you? Finished it all? Okay. So you're on the very cusp of starting Heaven's Ward. So you have met Hashafant. He is also a part of the harem. Is Autumn Mist Warrior of Light? Archon Y'shtola mentioned there was a matter she wished to discuss. As with the Stydian. Well met, Ishnai. You'll forgive me if I seem curt, but I would settle an account with our young friend. While conducting a final sweep of Sophia's containment facility, we discovered that all our remaining thralls had perished in their stasis chambers. Is this what you're doing? Aye, it was. I chose to act upon the knowledge revealed within the tombstone we recovered. The purpose of these prisons is far more horrifying than we first assumed. The Alligans were not simply observing the icons and siphoning their energies. They were conducting experiments in preparation for a far more ambitious project. If you recall, both the Fiend and the Goddess were imprisoned within spherical structures. These spheres were prototypes which paved the way for the successful construction of an artificial celestial body. Bahamut? You speak of Dalmud. Aye, the icon's cages were unmistakably of the same design as the Red Moon. To be plain, the research facility contained the seeds of 3 calamities, which may be feasible, be visited upon a chosen target. Eliminating one of them necessitated the destruction of the goddess's slumbering thralls, a task distasteful for one befitting such as the Warrior of Light. Thus I did resolve to perform the deed myself. I'm just thinking of all the people I've killed. And all the thralls I've killed. Because at this point in time, there is no cure for them. Just throwing that out there. You have made your case, and apparently that we're not in full possession of the facts. Nevertheless, Your notion of what may or may not be expected of Ishnai is presumptuous in the extreme. I know, right? When the Warrior of Light chose to join the Scions, she did so in the knowledge that she would be required to face and destroy not only the primals, but also their fanatical servants. That which you termed a distasteful task is an essential part of our calling, a burden which every Scion is sworn to shoulder. I see. Twould I see misjudge the depth of your resolve? No matter. Assuming I made myself understood, we need not speak of it again. There is, however, one other subject which merits discussion. You determined that Sophia's thralls were awoken by a Garlean soldier who had somehow gained access to the containment area, did you not? If that is the case, it seems highly doubtful that the interloper wandered into such a dangerous part of the facility by chance. Dissidents within the Empire claim that the 6th Legion is rife with agents under the orders to thwart the Legatus' mission by any means necessary. Lest you imagine that we have allies in Garlemald, I should clarify that their motive is wholly uncharitable. Regalis von Hydrus rose to the top of the Garlean military on merit alone, and is fiercely loyal to the Emperor for recognizing his efforts. His compeers, by contrast, rose to the favor of the established order and would accordingly do anything to see him fail. That they would be so reckless. You truly believe the actions of these agents contributed to the recent crisis? Aye, and that they pose no less a risk to the realm than those loyal to the Emperor. Plainly, we must continue to do all in our power to prevent the technologies of Alg from falling into the hands of man. On that point, at least, we have ever been in complete agreement. Deific Sacred. I would like you to have this Warrior of Light. So make it the extreme version. It is an elegant tombstone, similar to one we received after your victory over Sephiroth. The records contained within describe the goddess at the height of her power. Enable floating castles reality augmentation technologies to generate the idealized sacralum of Sophia against whom you test your skills. From what I have been able to determine, this form part of the greater trial intended to test Alex's elite warriors. Quite how it will compare to the challenge presented by the Fiend's tombstone, I cannot say. I suppose there's only way to be certain. Visit the verification node on the Flying Fortress and witness firsthand what awaited in the with the champions of Eld. In other words, throw yourself at her again. I don't mind, especially her. Please step on me. Greeting. Step on me like Shiva should. Greetings, Warrior of Light. But one pillar of the Warring Triad remains. Zurvan. The icon known as the Demon. According to the histories I have uncovered, this monstrous being was worshipped by the race of Myrcidian beastmen. These creatures are the key to maintaining Zurvan's manifestation, and we can be sure that many such thralls would be imprisoned somewhere within the research facility. It is imperative that we determine their exact location as swiftly as possible. We dare not risk repeating the near disaster we suffered at the hands of Sophia's serpents. As such, your fellow Scions have already begun an exhaustive search, but there are several sectors which only you, Kiri, and I can enter without fear of enthrallment. Let us make our way to Flying Fortress forthwith and aid to the investigation. Forthwith. Sorry. I'm taking more cough drops. We fly back the fuck up there again. That's no problem. Say, the stress wasn't no fun. For me or for you. Bum 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 bum. I just realized these statues up here are of them. I'm guessing. 'Cause that's her. That doesn't look like particularly Sephiroth. Yeah, this is Sephiroth. Huh. Let me first turn in. Activating verification systems. Enlistment program request knowledge. Awaiting tombstone data. Data processed. Advisory warning. Warring Triad Sophia. Threat level extreme. Successful applicants will be processed into the elite squad induction. Families of unsuccessful applicants will receive twice the standard death benefits. Before initiating this program, elite squad applicants must agree to extensive physical modification, bloop crackle, data corrupted, unable to verify input. Applicant agreement accepted. Activating reality augmentation. Initiating enlistment program. The Empire thanks you for your service. Post-mortem data will be used to improve the survival rates of subsequent applicants. Your sacrifice is appreciated. Alright, waiting. Thank you for you choosing Delta Alliance. Ishnai, it's good we caught you. The facility has been swarmed by Imperial troops. By their standards did we judge them soldiers of the 6th. Aye, once more doth Regula van Hydra stretch forth his hand to siege the forbidden fruits of Alg. Once more our meticulous wards have been swept aside like so many cobwebs. Your meddlesome wards were destroyed from within by the pulsating energies of an icon. Nay, put your weapons and listen. The followers of Servan have awakened, and they toil to rouse their master. The demon's worshippers yet slumber when we confronted Sophia. Could the tampering of her thralls have been more widespread than we thought? They share the common enemy. 'Tis not unthinkable that they would seek to free all those Alligans had imprisoned. Yes, the cage doors are open, and whilst you stand there quibbling over who picked the locks, my soldiers are inside the facility risking their lives and their sanity. They have volunteered to face death to prevent Zervan's servants from waking him to the fullest of his power. Now, assuming you have at least understood the gravity of the situation, 'tis time that I rejoined them. That level of sass. Damn. But you cannot hope to succeed. The icon won't slay the minds of any who draw near. Thus did I seek out those who have with the power to resist his influence. Aid us, and mayhap my men will not perish in vain. You propose an alliance. I have delved into the depths of this place and found its technology wanting. These mechanisms have failed to hold their prisoners, and such broken artifacts are unfitting to bring before the Emperor. Twice you have bested me in combat. Just twice? Oh, right. The other time was trying to get into the stabby stab old man. Now will you lend me that strength and stand against our mutual foe? 'Twas in opposing your reckless schemes that Yestal was lost to us. You expect us to simply forgive and forget all that has come before? I expect you to put aside your emotions and use your better judgment, but of course, I'm dealing with savages. And let's stand here and justify the death of the Ice Maiden. We pursue our ideals, and you pursue yours. Such was the result. Mayhap you might consider another point. In these endless clashes, we have all lost comrades dear to us. Yet I choose to put aside past grievances to beg your champion's aid, to appeal to your reason. Thou art willing to build a bridge of common purpose against such tremendous foundations. I too am hesitant to accept this agreement, Archon Y'shtola, but the offer has been made to the Warrior of Light, and 'tis her involvement which shall ultimately sway its outcome. I shall abide by Ishnai's decision. No pressure, though. Zolvin must be stopped. Then, for better or for worse, we shall fight at your side. Mr. Skiri and I are also resistant to the primal influence. We shall aid you where we can. Then let us be on our way. Say, look. As long as he doesn't stab me in the back, which it doesn't really matter if he does or not because I'll kick his fucking ass. Our champions have passed through the research facility. We should not lag behind. Am I going to be level synced again? In depression? Level synced in depression! Woo! The demon stirs. Like a suckling babe, he feedeth upon the aether siphoned into him by his thralls. We must deprive him of this substance. Then we destroy those devices. Hold! Witness your soldiers! They have turned against one another. Even half awake, Zolvin corrupts and converts those who enter his aura. Three of us then. Ishnai, Ukulele, we rushed in together and each disable a generator. Cannot give them the chance to rally a defense. There are 4 mechanisms by my count. If I can avoid the Ekon's miasma, my blade will make short work of the last one. We all of us pledged our lives to keep your lives. I would rather you tend to my fallen. Some may yet survive with their minds intact. I do not know if my strength will be enough. I am no champion. The battlefield is no place for uncertainty, boy. Fate blessed you with a unique talent and occasion to use it. Do not waste such a gift. I can take on 2 pillars on my own. We strike! God's servant is... Ukulele! Rawr. Good. Damn, boy. I mean, man. Need help with that? I'm a healer. Need help with that? He slumbers once more. Need help with that? I'm a healer. You saved me. Why? I told you, boy. Yours is a gift too precious to waste. A gift the Emperor may one day need in his war against these untamable icons. Emperor Varus, he raised me up for the ranks and stood against my detractors. I gladly give my life in his service. I'm a healer. Well, I'm not in the healer form, but I heal! You must finish this fight. Slay these leeches upon our star. Kill them all. Kill Zolvan. You know, Kitty is also a healer. You know, Y'shtola is knows how conjuring. We must needs withdraw and prepare a assault. At the cost of his very life, the Legatus has prized open a window for us opportunity. These wounded soldiers will live, but further battle is beyond them. I've counseled them to remain here until their compatriots arrive to bear them home. 'Tis not often I dare approach so closely to entities such as Zolvan. How sharply I am reminded of the burden we place upon those whom are blessed with the Echo. I had thought Raogla a cold and ruthless man, but he showed surprising compassion for his soldiers. It also seems he placed great trust in his Emperor. If Raogla could be convinced that technology for containing primals is fatally flawed, then mayhaps Varus can be convinced as well. The research facility crawls with Zolvan's faithful. They will not cease in their efforts to rouse him. If you would honor the Legatus' sacrifice, then you must slaughter those fiends to the last. Forgive me if I show little gratitude for my rescue. It is said the Emperor and Van Hydros were childhood friends. Foul fortune that we should be the ones to bring his death. He is dead. If only I had been stronger. Enough of that. There's time for regrets after we've rid the world of Zolvan. Kiri has the right of it. The demon has fallen into torpor for now, but we must act swiftly if Regal's death is to have meaning. The survivors speak of an army of thralls loose in the facility. You must assume that these followers continue their efforts to awaken the icon. Let us concentrate upon diverting them from their task. Mistress Kiri and Master Ukulele, prithee secure the controls for Zolvan's shackles and limit the restoration of his might. Archon Y'shtola and I shall forge ahead and strike down those thralls as would seek to harry you. Warrior of Light, thine is, as ever, the most perilous duty. Murder! 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 Gather unto thee thy trusted companions, and extinguish from this realm the fires of the demon himself. So, my trusted companions are me, myself, and I. And even I am not that trustful of them. Bad joke, yes. Being that it's 20, there's like, we did 17, 18, and 18, 19, and 20. So there's got to be 17 more before this.
There's been enough sacrifice for one day. We must take the chance we've been given and defeat Zervan now.
That platform about to give way. I guess correctly.
Good and evil, the war eternal.
I mean, yes. As long as one exists, the other has to. Yes, yes.
My doubt is fled.
I mean...
If such is my fate.
Bum, bum, ba, 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 ba. Incredible as always, Ishnai. Hopefully that will be the last of our world. Seas of the likes of Zervan. Every one of its thralls has been slain as far as we can determine. Our victory over the warring Triad is complete. An impossible feat that we have not been blessed with your cooperation. Let us not forget the efforts of Rigola van Hydros and his men. Without their noble sacrifice, the demon would have awoken far sooner and possessed of far more formidable energies. The bodies of the fallen now accompany the survivors on the journey, return journey to Galamod. 'Tis known that the Imperials recognize no god, yet they would honor their dead in their own fashion. And when next we meet, our fleeting alliance will surely be forgotten. It was an interesting exchange, nonetheless. They spoke of their present ruler as a man who values self-sufficiency. Varus befriended Regala in their youth, it seems, and was highly impressed by his martial prowess. It is common knowledge that Regula's rise to legatus was the great part advocated by the Emperor himself. Regula freely admitted his shortcomings when it came to politics, and it was Varus's unconditional support that served him to win his undying fealty. One does not expect such tales of comradeship to lurk behind the Empire's iron exterior. Contrary to all expectations, the man died a hero. Witnessing the way you all leapt into danger without hesitation, it would seem that I am surrounded by heroes. And yet my own actions were aught but heroic. I have not the qualities nor the character to stand at the Warrior of Light's side. God, don't Grahati on me. What a curious thing to say. Are you truly concerned you do not measure up to some arbitrary requirement? If you knew of the path I was to walk to reach this place, then you would understand why I doubt myself so. Return with me to the Rising Stones, and I shall tell you of it. Back and forth, back and forth. I'll also come back here with the extreme version of this, so we can hear what mechanical agreements I have to go through. Or at least the people had to go through in the testing. Running, running, running. With your victory over Zolvan, the warring Triad is finally defeated. I am afraid, however, that mine own efforts have often been more hindrance than help, and you and your fellow Scions deserve to hear the reasons behind my actions. It is so cute that I promise to tell you of my journey, who I am, and where I am from. The truth is, I am not of this world. I had a feeling. I was born of a different star, a child whose power, the Echo, was too feeble to save his dying world. A child who, unlike you, never became a warrior of light. When all I knew stood on the brink of destruction, I was yet half grown. Had I been born but a handful of years earlier, history may have written a different tale. The seeds of other heroes that have yet to fully sprout may not have withered and perished. The star I failed to save is known to you as the Void. Though Ishnai knew not that I spoke of my homeland, I explained to her before the cause of its ruin. A magic was devised to contain a defeated primal's might, with a stone known as an auracite, and the energies which bled from this imperfected vessel gradually corrupted the champions who wielded it. These heroes became slaves to an insatiable hunger for Aether. Well, actually, this is good that I'm going over those quests since we're going into the Void whatever in what we're doing in the main storyline. Eventually transforming into hideous fiends. And none who clung to the faint excuse me. Faint traces of the light were strong enough to oppose them. The demons turned upon one another in a war which drained the land's Aether in even greater amounts, till one day the star was suddenly swallowed by a flood of darkness. An entire world unmade in an instant. The void scent you encountered here in this realm are the twisted remnants of the once mortal beings who gnawed on what motes of life force remain. Litibus! And as I lay dying, beaten and broken in my last stand, was a white-robed Ascian, who found my tormented spirit and bore me away to the rift between worlds. Litibus has been my master ever since. At my mentor's feet did I learn the nature of reality, the existence of mirrored worlds and the internal struggle between light and dark. Suddenly, an overwhelming superiority for either side will shatter the balance. And the world in question will be returned to the void by a calamity beyond imagining. As the self-appointed custodian of the balance, my master warned me that the source, the first of all worlds, slips perilously close to oblivion. In what spirit did this master proffer such a warning? A benevolent gesture or a veiled threat? To these questions, more and more do I mean to coax forth answers. Yet no matter his intention, that Heidelin doth teeter on a knife's edge is an undeniable truth. Knowing this, what choice was given to you to make? I chose to join my master and act as his instrument on this star. The tragedy that befell my home cannot be repeated. I will see this world saved. And yet I hesitated at the most crucial moments. What right do I have to stand alongside a true warrior of light? In thine own words, thou wert called before thy time. I offer that thou dwelleth overmuch on the question of what maketh the hero. What maketh the man? The search for the answer leaveth thee paralyzed by doubt. Heed me, Master Ukulele. Thou needest not believe thyself a hero to perform great deeds. 'Tis the deed itself which earned thee thy hero's mantle. Aye, the ideals you hold on to can be less important than the faith to act upon them. Regala's loyalty to the Emperor may have guided his actions till the last. Though we do not see eye to eye on many things, his final deeds can be called not the less than heroic. Personally, I find that the faith in my companions allow me to act unhindered by uncertainty. I know that should I ever falter, Ishnai and the others will be there to support me, or steer me back onto the right path if needed. Beating until the behavior improves. I see. In the days leading up to my world's destruction, I was entirely alone. I never knew what it was like to have such comrades. I cannot imagine the loneliness you must have felt. But look around you now, Ukulele. You're not alone anymore. I mean, you don't show up again so far, so question mark. Welcome to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I will fulfill my promise to save this world. And when I stumble, I shall be glad to have your hands there to steady me. My apologies, this is difficult for me. For so long I have spoken from behind a mask. We should all feel comfortable speaking without such concealments, says the person wearing... I was gonna say, Yusola. I should hope you appreciate the irony of that statement, Iriange. I mean, he does eventually. Pat, pat. Kitty! And Yusola and Iriange. Let me check real quick. My curiosity hath risen. Um... Alright. Demonic duplicate. 'Twas my examination of the controls for Zolok's shackles. I found tombstones that may interest you, Ishnai. Would you like to take a look? I also didn't talk to him in between the things, so I might read aloud what needs to be talked to. Information contained within this device appears to be used to generate a simulated battle of grueling difficulty. Challengers will be pitted against the sacralum of Zolvan, the power of which has been enhanced to the icon's highest conceivable magnitude. It is described as the final trial for the most elite Alex warriors, intended to distinguish the truly exceptional among them. I have witnessed no champion more exceptional than the Warrior of Light. Are you not curious just to see how powerful Zolvan may have been? I urge you to visit the verification node and undertake this ultimate test of the Allegan elite. Alright, this is what in between. The concept of balance is, however, of great interest to my master. A world must have both light and darkness, and a sudden surge of either will endanger its very existence. Upon our first meeting, my master spoke of this. I am not the light's servant, but for the present I must serve. One cannot arbitrate equilibrium if one is not of fluid stance. The tenets of our justice are found not in light or dark, nor in shades of gray in between. But seek to enforce that which prevents the visitation of oblivion, to moderate the endless waves of war. Such that either side claims victory. That is our charge. Ere the star upon which I was born became void, the champions who lived upon it chose to embrace self-destruction, rather than cease their infernal conflict. They became lost with within their own ambitions, strangling the life from one another, even as the flood of darkness swallowed them whole. Here in Hydaelyn, the power of the light is not so feeble. The world will survive while the balance holds. But we also must take care the scales do not swing too far in the light's favor. As we fight on the side of light, we must trust that our companions will steer us away from the lure of extremity and help us guide us along the narrow path to salvation. It is the actions of men such as Regalis Van Hydrus that gives me hope that the future of the star is not beyond redemption. I guess I have to unlock that before he says anything else. You know, you'd think I'd remember which location it is on the list. How many times I've had to teleport there recently. Just realized my model's not moving. There we go. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Activating verification system. Elimination trial requests acknowledged. Awaiting tombstone data. Data process. adversary, warring Triad, Zolvan, threat level extreme. This is the final qualifying test for surviving elite squad enlistees. Participation is only permitted to candidates who agreed to unrestricted biopsy procedures following the trial. Specifically, enlistees who are successfully complete the program will be certified as genetically superior and must submit to cell harvesting for subsequent cloning initiatives. Elimination trial survival rates currently calculated at 1.9%. Activating reality augmentation. Initial elimination trial. The Empire thanks you for your service. Postmortem data will be used to improve the survival rates of subsequent candidates. Your sacrifice is appreciated. Woo! Alright.